Hey YouTubers in the Trans Am world, I finally made it to the point where I need to paint this car. So needing to paint the car means get it done. So I'm skipping a lot of things, like why the bottom of this door is touching that front fender. It was fixed on the other side, the gap's perfect, but on this side, it could be done, it needs done. I don't have time, paint it. So right now, I've just finished the fender, no rust visible. And on the door, after you got it out of paint for a while, anywhere your fingers touch it, it'll eventually turn to surface rust. So all this needs to come off. I'm sanding it off with 120 grit, and then I'm going back behind it with this Eastwood fast etch acid-based rust removal and metal prep. So read the directions. It just says to apply it, and it'll bring the rust to the surface. It doesn't talk about how to remove it. So I tried to sand it off after I applied it, and it just gummed up the sandpaper. So then I decided, okay, I'll just take all the rust off and then apply it. And if any rust comes back up, then after it totally dries, then I'll try to sand it off. So yeah, I'm on the door. That's all I have left is the door, this side of the roof, this A-pillar, and the back. There's the aftermath, no more rust. I got the Eastwood fast etch on there. It's metal prep. Do something to the rust. Rust remover. Anyway, so that's even better if there is no rust, and then you put it on to remove the rust. I guess you're absolutely not going to have any rust. Flash rust is what I'm talking about. Kevin Tate's on YouTube is a great teacher. He's got me absolutely excited about how to do this car. And I have to give you a couple of prep things. If this is the first time you've even thought about painting your car, like I am, it is quite an undertaking. Now, here it is. There ain't nothing hard about it. It's just, I guess, two things that one is experience, and experience defined is a collection of failures. So once you paint a couple of cars and you experience a couple of failures, then you know what not to do. But because I have no experience, I don't know for sure what I'm doing is right. So I just got to do my best and then hope it turns out right. So another reason I'm documenting all this step by step is whatever turns out wrong, I can review the film and see what it was I did wrong. So that's that. After I metal prep it, there's another thing, another prep, like a cleaner that I'll clean it with before I put the first polycoat primer on it. So, okay, let's get a good look at this rear quarter panel. That's where the fender skirts are going to go on the Trans Am. And all this stuff is obviously like where an elbow leaned into it, or a forearm, or just anywhere you've been touching it. So, all this is going to need sanded down. Of course, there's no touching on the bottom, so there's not as much rust. Like this right here is obviously fingerprints right at the trunk, as is this, a handprint. So, yeah, I'll do this quarter panel and then the trunk. So another little tidbit of Kevin's information, my schooling. The Bondo there is porous, and it'll absorb whatever you put into it. So he said if you're going to clean the car with the solution, then the Bondo is going to absorb it. And then, of course, you can't paint right over it because it needs to gas off, it needs to dry. So in this case, I'm not painting real soon, so I'm not worried about getting the Bondo wet because I'm giving it time to so-called gas off or dry. So anyway, here's the aftermath. Just sand all that off, and then just rust, whatever that is, fast etch over it, and there it is. So I got the other side of the roof to do in the trunk. I'll be done. Fast etch metal prep. I guess that's one more step of getting everything done. So there's no more visible rust on this car. Even where they had set the Coke cans on the metal, and there'd be a Coke ring where the Coke can perspired, left a little rusty mark. So yes, sir, that's good looking metal. I mean, everything is sanded off everywhere. So as far as that's concerned, I guess that might be the tan color they were talking about it dries into. I don't know, maybe that needs sanded off. I gotta do the research. And that's what makes this hard. Not physically hard, mentally hard, because you just don't know what the next step is. Putting thread in a needle, yeah, it's not easy, but you know exactly how to do it. And it ain't hard because you know how to do it, but it ain't easy because it's a little needle hole and thread. So that's exactly what painting your car is like. It's just not hard, but you don't, well, at least me in any way, don't really know what the next step is. And can't skip a step, and then what? Start all over. So yeah, go do my research, and hopefully I can give you a video of that. This is the next thing right here, pre-painting prep. You can read that for your own. But that will be the wipe on, wipe off. I think that's a tack cloth. Anyway, I do know it needs to be put on with a lint-free rag. And hate to say it, I got this at Walmart. Go Trump. I love what Trump's doing. So, okay, God bless America, and God bless this paint job.
Lights